everybody, it's Major League Hats, and welcome to another edition of Rock People News. Oh my freaking A, that was one of the worst Super Bowls that I have ever seen. I can't believe the freaking outcome. The New England Patriots, if you guys were not watching, which that would make you an official rock person, the New England Patriots won 13-3. What the hell happened? I'm going to tell you what the hell happened. Wait a minute. That's not how this video is supposed to go. Start over! Alright everybody, let's try this again. This feels a little bit better. Don't you guys think? I got a New England Patriots hat on and I got my number 12 Tom Brady, oh yes, jersey on. So sweet. So I've been hearing all the freaking talk and all the analysis and all the analysts saying that this was the worst Super Bowl ever. People on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, they are just going freaking off. That was the worst Super Bowl ever that they've ever seen. And when you say the word ever, that is freaking just a huge ass word because there has been some bad Super Bowls in the past. But Major League Hats is here to tell you, you guys are all looking at this all wrong. I'm going to give you a different perspective on how to look at this game that we just had on Sunday. This, in fact, was one of the best Super Bowls played in probably the last 5 years. Yes, I said the best Super Bowl played in the last 5 years. And you're going like, Major League Hats, have you lost your freaking mind? This game was terrible. There was no offense. Nobody could move the ball. And it was just lousy. You're looking at it all wrong, Dislike Dweeb. And here's why. When it comes down to it, this whole game was about field positioning. Okay? The biggest asset on your team that people take for granted is your kicker and punter. Plain and simple. The kickers dominated the game. And I know that is a weird way to look at it, but you guys all had your guys' minds up that with the offense of the Rams and the offense of the Patriots, we were going to have a 30-40 something game. And that is probably going to come down to a field goal or something, or one touchdown on the last 2-minute drive by Tom Brady. Or you thought that Jared Goff was just going to explode. Obviously, if that's what you thought, you are not watching my video. Before we continue on, I'm just going to give a little break here in a minute, and I'm going to let you go down to that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit your notifications so you get notified when I upload my next video. That way, you can hear all my thoughts and opinions on what I think is going to happen in the big game. The next big game that we have coming up in March is basketball, March Madness, and I can't wait. I like watching college basketball. This is the time of year where college basketball really gets going. Yes, Major League Baseball is starting here in a couple weeks. Spring training is going to get on its way. But the main thing, the main core right now is March Madness College Hoops. Let's go. So I hope you took that little break and you hit that subscribe button. You guys got to remember, every time you watch a football game, they always refer to it as a game of inches. And that is so freaking true. So the year that the Patriots came back and beat the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl, they had 4 punts for 166 yards with a 41.5 yards per average. Top that off with their longest of 51 yards and 3 kicks inside the 20. Now, the Falcons, they didn't do a bad job on that game. What got to them is that they just ran out of fuel and they couldn't keep up. But the Falcons were playing a very good kicking game. They had 6 punts for 282 yards with a long of 56 and 4 balls inside the 20-yard line. That is great field positioning. Now you're going like, what does this have to do with anything? I will tell you what this has to do with it. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year, yes, Tom Brady threw for like 500 yards. Nick Foles threw for 374 yards. Yes, we knew that. It was a high-scoring game. But guess what? The Patriots lost. And you want to know why they lost? And I'm going to tell you, for one reason. Their punting game. In that game against the Eagles, they had 0 punts. And you're going like, Major League Hats, the Eagles only had 1 punt in that game as well. That 1 punt caused the Patriots to have to work harder to try to stay in the game. And this game was just a lousy defensive game that the defense could not stop anything. And that is clearly shown by Nick Foles and Tom Brady racking up almost 1,000 yards. 1,000 freaking yards in a game. That means that the defense was non-existent. You move on to today's game, or Sunday's game I should say. This was one of the best games I've seen in the last 5 years, and a defensive punting manner type game. You know, they always say in baseball, what is better to watch? An offensive powered game or a pitching duel? And a lot of people will go with the offensive power game. Home runs, getting those extra base hits, hitting those doubles, you know, stealing the extra bases, creating that run. And then other people say they love the pitching duel, they love it back and forth. Most people want to see a high scoring game with action at all times. And that is not what we had here on Sunday. What we had here was we had two very good kickers that just dominated the game. And I do not know why, for once, and I could be wrong, so leave me a comment down in the comment section. Why did the kicker not get MVP in this game? Julian Edelman, yes, he had a good game. If I was going to give the MVP to anybody, though, it would have been Sonny Michel. He scored the one and only touchdown. I would have gave the MVP to him because, yeah, Edelman did most of the work, but he didn't really have a lot to show for it. And you're going to be like, well, he had like 10 catches and like 140-something yards. And I'm going to go like, okay. But when it came down to it, who made the big catch? Gronk. Rob Gronkowski made the big catch to get them down there. And you're going to say like, well, Edelman helped them get all those first downs. Well, big whoopee freaking do. When it comes down to it, the person that scores the most points wins the game. And Edelman scored 0 points. Sonny Michel scored the only 6 points. They should have given the MVP to the freaking kicker because Sonny Michel only had 6 points and the kicker had 7. So it's points that win the game. So why did they not give the MVP to the kicker? And you're going to be like, kickers don't win MVPs. They're not real players per se. Here's my last point I'm going to make on the game and why I thought it was a great game. And I think everybody is looking at this wrong. And I'm probably going to get a ton of dislikes. In this game, the Los Angeles Rams punted the ball 9 times. Yes, that is absurd. But think about it. They punted for 417 yards with an average of 46.3 yards per punt and a long of 65 yards, with 5 balls being inside the 20-yard line. That is great field positioning. Any other day of the year, if you know that the New England Patriots are only going to score 13 points throughout the whole game, you should be winning this game. But they didn't, and here's why. Not only did the Rams have a good kicking game, but the Patriots also had a good kicking game. The kicker for the Patriots had 5 punts for 215 yards with the 43-yard average. And his long was 53 yards. And he had 3 balls kicked inside the 20-yard line. So this whole game was about positioning. If the kickers did not have a good kicking game, we would be talking about a whole complete different story. And I just think that people are looking at this game totally wrong. You guys just were expecting this blowout or this big scoring game. Nobody wants to see that scrawny kicker come out, the guy that can't make any tackles, the guy that when the game matters, they generally are a no-show. And yes, the Patriots kicker did miss a field goal attempt, and that's kind of what got him off onto a bad start. And yes, he's had a little rough history in the Super Bowls of late, but he won the game. He had 7 points. The New England Patriots themselves only scored 6. And it's a team game, and that's one of the things that I love about football. Everybody has to work together. And it was clearly obvious that not everybody on the Rams were working together for one reason or another. If Todd Gurley does not come out, and I don't give a shit if there's anything wrong with him or not, he needs to have some sort of surgery. Just call it experimental surgery. Just call it, what do they call it when, discovery surgery. Call it discovery surgery where we think there's something wrong. We're not seeing it, but we're going to go just make a little cut in whatever, a spot that's irrelevant, that's going to heal nicely, and just say, we found something. I don't know, because Gurley should have been a factor more in this game, and he was nowhere to be found. Unless you went up to one of the concession stands, then you might have found him getting a hot dog and a drink. Because that's the only place that I saw Gurley. I mean, I think I'm going to have to draft C.J. Anderson next year for my fantasy league. Because he seemed to be out there more than Gurley. you know, I think you guys are looking at this whole game wrong. I think it was a good game in the sense that it was about field positioning and that the unsung heroes of an NFL team were finally the heroes of the game with their kicking ability. So, you guys, leave me a comment down in the comment section. I'm probably going to get a lot of dislike on this video because it is a little bit different take on the game. Yes, did I think there was going to be a high-scoring game? Yes. Am I disappointed that there wasn't a high-scoring game? A little bit, but not really, because throughout the whole game, I was on my hands and knees, not literally, just wondering and thinking what is going to happen that is going to change this game around. And guess what? That happened at the end of the second quarter, and you're going like, what are you talking about? Okay, so the Patriots have the ball at the 1 yard line because the Rams just kicked them the ball. Great field positioning, and the Rams had 2 timeouts left. Brady takes a knee. There's like 15 seconds left in the quarter. Instead of calling another timeout, I don't get this. And nobody talked about this, and I want to know why. Why did the Rams not call 2 more timeouts to stop the clock with that 15, 16 seconds left? Don't let the Patriots just take a knee at the 1 yard line. Anything could have happened there. They could have got a safety. They could have got an interception. Yes, Brady could have thrown it 100 yards, so you're going to probably say that crap. But you had 2 timeouts. Call 1 timeout, see how it goes, see if they try to run the ball, see if you can stop them in and create a safety, see if you can strip the ball in the end zone, because a safe bet would have probably been just to run it out. But why did the Rams not use those final 2 timeouts when they're at the 1 yard line? At that point in time, I was really telling my wife, team mother, that I bet you that comes back to haunt them. And yeah, the Rams technically lost by 2 scores. But I thought that was a huge factor in why they lost and not using their 2 timeouts and not forcing the Patriots to do something. Because up until that point, the Patriots were moving the ball a little bit. At least call 1 timeout and see if something happens. Good, bad, why not? At the end of the day, at the press conference at the end, Sean McVay said, we did absolutely everything that we could have done to beat the Patriots. No, you didn't. You didn't use your last 2 timeouts with 16 seconds left to end the second quarter going into halftime. You should have did that. But that could be a learning lesson. I haven't heard anybody else talking about it. So tell me what your guys' thoughts are about that. Leave a comment down in the comment section. And let's get on to today's hat review, because that's what you guys are all here for. On today's hat review, we have an appropriate themed hat review. Yes, in the past I say I don't wear certain hats, but this hat I made an exception. This hat I got a long last time ago. Part of the reason why I got this particular hat is because the NFL was not teamed up with New Era, and so they didn't have a lot of New Era hats at the time. And so I don't count this hat in my overall hat collection. But it is a very good hat, and I do wear it often. And up until recently, when I got this hat and another Patriots hat, I would always wear this hat with my Tom Brady jersey. But with all that being said, we got the BAM! New England Patriots, of course. Now, the difference about this one, this is a Reebok one. This is a flex fit, so as you can see. So let's go over some of the characteristics of the hat. On the bill, it's a nice navy stitching right here. You see all the stitching outline. It is a little yellowed right here from all the years of wear and tear. Not necessarily tear, but wear. And then it wasn't in a plastic bag. I started doing the plastic bag thing a couple years ago, so it gathered up some dust. So this could be a good candidate for my cleaning solution. And stay tuned for that video. I am going to do a video using the cleaning products that I got from Hat Club and I got from Lids. So stay tuned for that video. The other thing that I like about this hat is that it says Patriots all the way across. It's printed on there in a nice white color with a little bit fade at the top of the letters. You got a nice New England Patriot logo embroidered right there on the front. As you can see, it is a thick logo stitched on. It is not thin or, ironed on or anything like that. You got a nice navy crown right here. You got some white eyelets that look really good. Got a navy button. On the side though, as I said, it is a Reebok. It is a flex fit, so you have your NFL logo on the back. I really like how they use the red underneath the bill and the red on the sweatband because it really blends in nicely with the Patriots team colors. This is an on-field Reebok. It is a large XL size. And that's the other thing about Flex Fits. You don't have to necessarily worry about if you don't know your hat size, because you're generally going to be able to find a Flex Fit that's going to fit you nicely. And even if your hair grows out like mine does on occasions, it's still going to fit you because it doesn't really get tied. It has like that rubber band type effect going throughout the lining, so that what makes it a Flex Fit. So this hat, which I never knew because I never really paid attention, but this hat is made in Bangladesh, and it is made out of 98% cotton and 2% spandex. So like I said, that's the rubber band effects to give it the Flex Fit feel. So there you go. Let's try it on. So after all these years, it fits perfect. And if you see, the crown isn't necessarily, no, I did not bend it, but the crown is not too flat. Yes, it probably could be a little bit flatter in a sense, but you know, I don't mind it being bent a little bit. If the bill is not already bent as it is, I generally don't bend them too much, because to me that ruins it, that breaks it down, and I just don't do it. So if it comes already bent a little bit, then I'm okay with it. So as you can see, this one is curved a little bit. So you guys, tell me what you guys think about my review of the Super Bowl. Tell me what you guys think of my Flex Fit New England Patriots hat. And the last thing we want to remember, we are getting awfully close to the second contest end date. So remember, if you guys have not already chose your two numbers between 20 and 120, please leave your numbers down in the comment section and let me know that you want to be in the contest. I will provide which numbers have already been taken at the end of the video, and the other contest, and I'm not sure what is going on. It's not hard to join, so please help me in joining the Bird Box Challenge, where I give away 3 boxes of unknown prizes inside. And all you got to do to join the Bird Box Challenge, we only currently have 2 entries. And I'm not being cocky or anything, but I will get to 350 subs eventually. I'm at 276, so all I'm going to keep doing is keep climbing from here. But when I hit 350 and 200 views on my Bird Box Challenge video, and it's real simple, all you got to do to join is take a picture of my videos, tag 2 friends of the videos that have never seen my videos before, and DM me a message at MLHats5950. That's it. You're entered into the contest. I currently have 2 entries. I'm going to put their names at the end of this video with the second entry contest as well. So please make sure you're joining, because if I only have 3 people in the contest, guess what? All 3 people get a box. So make sure that one of those people that win that box is you, and that's how you're gonna do it. All right, and before we end this video, guys, remember guys, this Thursday coming up, I will be doing a live stream at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So please make sure you come and join Major League Hats podcast. It has been a lot of fun. There has been a number of people that have joined throughout the week, so I really appreciate that. Come and ask me anything you would like about my hats, about my travels, or just talking sports in general. I really like talking sports, and I'm glad that I could share this outlet with you guys. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. This is Major League Hats out. Bye, everybody. See ya.